This past Sunday, we talked about the need for everyone to answer the question, who do you think Jesus is? From an intellectual point of view, we know what our faith tells us. But does our gut know what our brain tells it? Jesus, the man, is a historic fact. Many of the things he said and did are historically recorded, not only in the Gospels, but in other historic records of the time. His teachings have literally changed the world and continue to inform Western society and beyond. But if he just remains a man, then he can only be someone we can admire and maybe even attempt to emulate. Perhaps great, but not that different from Buddha, Martin Luther King, or Gandhi. If Jesus was just a man, then a religion built around him simply does not make any sense. If Jesus is more than a man, then what does that mean to you? We do not worship Jesus as Lord just because of the things he said, not even for the things he did, even miracles. In John's Gospel, miracles are called signs. The signs or miracles that Jesus performed, do not merit our worship. It's what these signs signify, that Jesus is God. We worship him because he is God, Father, Son, and Spirit. Who else could bring a dead person back to life except God? Jesus as God comes to us as both the source of our salvation through his death and resurrection, but also he comes to us as an invitation. Through this historic Jesus who stands both in the upper and lower story simultaneously, we are invited to know our God and to experience friendship with him. To have a personal relationship with Jesus and through Jesus to know the Father and the Spirit changes our lives. And I'm not talking about a concept of Jesus as a relational God, but actually knowing Jesus in our heart. This past week, I used a Danny Gokey song, Tell Your Heart to Beat Again. The song was actually written by David Phillips, another contemporary Christian performer. And he tells the story of what inspired this song. His pastor told him that he had a church where one of the members was a heart surgeon. So he asked the heart surgeon, would it be possible for the pastor to observe a surgery sometime? So the doctor arranged it. And the day of surgery came, and they rolled the patient in. They cut her chest cavity open and then took her heart out and began to repair it. And one of the things that they do before they close her cavity back up is to restart the heart. But for whatever reason, the surgeon could not get this woman's heart to start. They tried and they tried and they tried. And finally he did something he never learned in medical school, and it was quite extraordinary. While holding her heart, he knelt down close to her, and he said to her, Mrs. Johnson, this is your doctor. Your heart is repaired. There's nothing wrong with your heart. But I need for you to tell your heart to beat again. And it did. Our emotional hearts get beat up, bruised, and even damaged in the course of life. Only Jesus, our great physician, can repair our broken hearts. But a Jesus who remains an idea or a concept, well, he can't do much. It's only a personal Savior whose love we feel, whose grace sustains us, whose touch heals us. Only this Jesus, fully human, fully divine, can tell our hearts to beat again.
Oh, so tell your heart